until the end of time. She crazy, RP forever like baby doll from that Tour gang Southside. You made me go harder than a boy ever tried. Up in heaven with my daughter got me teary-eyed. Pain in my heart, I'm laughing at these hard times. Clap, clap.
Hi. It's supposed to show it.
Clap, clap. Sweet baby, would you ever be mine? Sweet baby, until the end of time. She crazy, RP forever like baby doll from that Tour gang Southside. You made me go harder than a boy ever tried. Up in heaven with my daughter got me teary-eyed. Pain in my heart, I'm laughing at these hard times. Pain in my heart, pumping hate and bloodline. This shit hurts, I'm smiling for the good times. This shit hurts me, I get gone, but I was all mine. Sweet baby, beautiful, pretty eyes.
Hi.
Let me see.
Hey, hi. Hi again.
Hi again. We're back. And your song's playing. I don't get it. Hey, for a reason it's playing, I guess. There you go. Stop.
Osmo Cameo.
Hi.
He's doing
What's
it
up,
over again.
Reyes?
He didn't see you, yes, and he did it again. Look. Watch.
Hi again. When you gonna come out of retirement so we can do something?
I got something for you.
Okay.
If you have a YouTube open, close it. Hey, for a reason it's playing, I guess. Close your YouTube.
I got something for you. I talked to your prima.
Okay.
Close hold on. Close your YouTube because it's echoing.
Close my what?
Oh no, I think it's mine. There, it was mine. Sorry, my bad.
Okay, baby. Now.
He'll get back at you, and I thought it was you, but it was me. Let me see.
You want more candy?
Well, everybody's gonna come in right now. It's gonna take, I guess, a minute. I don't know if you wanna get your people to get in so they can see you on the thing.
Who's everybody? I need names. Who are
Well, the
these
people I talked to, they're gonna come in slowly because I told everybody that at 8:30, but I kind of lagged it myself. Yeah, because my son started crying. So yeah.
Can I give him this?
I got something for you on the work.
There.
She heard it.
Let's see that. I'm trying to. Yeah. Send it to me.
I'm trying to send it to you.
All right.
It's something that
To us is memorable to Sylvia.
yeah.
Okay.
Your baby mama loves that song.
The one I sent you that she wanted a long time ago.
And she wanted to finish it. That's when you come in.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I got you.
We have a thing that we have to finish that song with you because she wanted it with you. So we're gonna do it like that. Hi, Lion Pain.
But I'll let you do your interview. I'll be on the lookout.
Yeah.
It's time to shine, homie, shine.
That's right.
All right.
Hey, so how did you hold on? I was looking at your profile today, right?
Yes. Which one?
How did you get 5,000 followers?
I don't have 5,000. Which follow? The one in the Facebook or this one? On Facebook, I'm popular everywhere. But on this one, it's lagging it. I don't understand why.
Going in like he on the Jimmy Kimmel show.
Hey, you know me. I'm everywhere. But here, I can't. I can't. I don't know why YouTube sucks. Oh, wait. I got a lot of hater men. You know what I mean? Hater man. So, I don't. Yeah. But yeah. Now everybody's going to know I'm not the only one that's hyped. Yeah. Hey, me, my cousin, everybody. Okay, so I'm going to let you speak now and tell everybody about yourself and behind the scenes of Chucky's life. I'm on mute
Okay,
myself.
well, check it out. Well, I'm 36 years old. You know, I'm from Southern California. I was born and raised in Southern California. You know, I was, you know, I wasn't always, I didn't always have my mind with the, like, you know, I wasn't living up to my full potential, you know, the majority of my life. And, you know, I was raised in San Diego in South Bay, you know, in Chula Vista with my mom. And my mom, she, you know, she wasn't perfect, you know. She, you know, my mom had her own her own problems she dealt with. And so I grew up very fast. Like I grew up very fast on the streets. I started running the streets when I was about 6 years old. You know, in San Diego, I would you know, like I was already like involved in gangs and running through the sewers. Like if you're from big cities like San Diego, like running through the sewers, like that like that's as real as the shit gets when you're really, especially back in the day. It wasn't, times have changed, but like back in the day, if you were really like out there and like going through the sewers and doing all that stuff, like you were in the mix, and I was just a kid. I was just a little kid. But so I got involved in gangs very early. I started gangbanging when I was just about 6 years old, and so I had that kind of experience. It was unfortunate, but I seen it all. Like it was very bad life, and my dad ended up getting into recovery. Thank God my dad ended up getting into recovery, and he ended up. I was the first kid to leave with my dad. Like so I left with my dad when I was almost 10 years old, and I experienced a whole different I experienced a whole different lifestyle with my dad. I was involved in sports. I played Pop Warner for 6 years. I played basketball for 3 years. I play all sports: soccer, track, like cross country. Not really track, but cross country. And I was very athletic, and I thrived in that environment. You know, uh, I followed my brother the majority of my life into anything he got into. So later on, when I grew up and I started actually getting involved deeper in the gang that would last for about 22 years. I followed my brother in those footsteps, and it got real. It got real after that. I made a decision on my own that that's what I wanted, and I was committed to it. I was very dedicated to it. Um, and that you gotta remember, like those decisions, that they come with consequences. Because at first it might be fun, but they for sure they come with consequences. Unfortunately for me, I had to learn the hard way. And it took something that absolutely broke me down to actually find out who I really was. And so I've been so what happened was I got incarcerated in early 2018. And I was always doing time before that. I did two terms in the feds, and so now I was getting involved in the state and getting on with the probation system and getting sent to prison. And so my mom let me know. She told me, like, I can't do this much longer. Like, and every time she would tell me that, I would kind of like brush it off, and like, so she told me the last time she picked me up in 2017. It was like October 2017. She picked me up, and from doing some county time, and she's like, I can't do this no more. Like, she warned me, but I would always brush it off. So she told me I'm not gonna last another term. And so I brushed it off, quit playing on. Like, you gotta listen when people tell you those kind of things, especially if you love them. Like, really, like take heed to it. And that's why it's very unfortunate it took what happened for me to get it right. But either way, I'm still very proud of myself for never late is better, but better late than never. But I didn't listen to her. So 2018 comes, I get busted. Uh, I get busted. My mom passes away. I think I was busted for like 4 months, and my mom passes away. I end up catching a prison term. And so I'm still with the mentality of I'm still with the mentality of fuck everything, excuse my language, it's all about this and that. Which really, I was living a warped vision of life, like it was just a really warped beliefs. It was it wasn't what it seemed, but I was so brainwashed that that's all I knew. So I'm like, to hell with it. So I ended up going to prison. I go to prison. I'm dealing with my mom's death. I really never got to grieve. And prison's not a place where you can actually be grieving around grown ass men. Like, no matter what it is, they don't want to see that, or it's nothing that you want to show in within yourself. So I'm dealing with that. Fast forward some time, I'm about to get released. 2020 comes, and 2021 actually comes, and I'm like, okay, I'm about to get released. Like, I talked to the mother of my daughter a couple of times. My daughter was born in 2016, September 27th. Uh, I remember it's one of the greatest days of my life. Like, still not understanding what doesn't click in my head when things are going like that. Like, it just really, it's a blur. Like how much addiction could actually block your happiness, and block, it just totally covers up like your being thankful, and appreciation of life and blessings that you're giving, because I was blind to the fact of what I had. So her mother, she's from Washington. I talked with her a couple times when I was busted, and she always told me, think about what you're doing. She told me, don't worry about the time. The time ain't shit. Like, she let me know, that she would be there. So I get out, and a week before I get out, my stepdad passes away. So upon arrival of getting released from prison, my sister tells me my stepdad has passed away. So he was a person in my life that I really wanted to live a better lifestyle, and show him the things that I can do, the potential that I have, because I know I got heart. Like, I know I could, if I put my mind to it, how I did. Like, I was committed to this lifestyle in a negative way. I was good at what I did. I wasn't just around, hanging around. Like, I'm really like, when I dedicate myself to something, I get it. So I'm a winner. I'm a natural winner. So I remember when my sister told me he passed away, I'm like, man, it was very, it was, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Like, why didn't you tell me a week ago before I got out? It's supposed to be a happy day. So either way, I had a pretty good day, but hearing that news, it was just, it started the snowball effect of the events that were going to happen soon, So I'm dealing with that. My sister, shout out to my sister, Nelly. I love you so much. My sister, she's always been there for me. Like, we've had our ups and downs and shit, but shout out to my sister, and my brother-in-law, Lowks. I love you guys with all my heart, straight up. Thank you for everything. When I got out, my sister, she had a very good situation for me to come home to. She got me my own place. It was a back house in her house. It was a nice back house. She had me a good job. Like, coming out of prison, I couldn't have wanted it or had it any better. Like, if there was any doubt in my mind, uh, coming home to something like that, I was like, okay, I could do this. I'm gonna get it. Like, so I get out, my mind's on that, and you know, I remember talking to Sylvia, my baby mama, and I remember she was sending me some crazy messages about and I gotta remember, a good friend of mine always told me, like, when everything happened, she's like, Chug, like, you gotta remember, like, she was always kind of delusional. Like, she was very beautiful, but she always had a funny way of looking at stuff. She was a little crazy, she was a little crazy, but because everybody's kind of crazy, but she was crazy. So I remember she told me some crazy messages, but my intentions are to do good and to see her and my daughter. My daughter was almost 5 years old, and there was a barrier right there. Maybe it was from me being gone for so long or whatever. So she my daughter wasn't around for me to talk to her, but I'm like, I want to talk to her. When can I talk to her? And I remember telling my sister, like, she's tripping. She told me some funny stuff, like the government was after her, this and that, whatever. You know, I ended the conversation. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna focus on myself. I'll try again in a couple of days, or you know, my sister told me like, don't give up. You know, okay. So I got out June 20th, right? I believe it was June 20th, and I went to go. I was kicking it somewhere because I was already a little in it. I was just in a. I was I was kind of tripping. I was kind of tripping, but I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get it together. I just gotta start working, and hopefully, like, I'm gonna have her come through or whatever. So I go kick it somewhere. I go kick it somewhere. I'm thinking of the person that I was kicking it with. So I'm kicking it. I get a call. You know, it was hands down the worst call I ever got in my life. You know, I had 3 days out of doing a 5-year term, and I got a call that my daughter was in an accident with her mom, and that my daughter had passed away. I never talk about this stuff. Like I very rarely talk about this stuff. I don't kick it with a lot of people, especially like in like the direction that I'm headed in today. I don't talk about this stuff a lot. I'm sorry if I'm kind of stopping with the story, but it's crazy as fuck to think about it. So my daughter was involved in an accident, and my daughter passed away on the scene. She passed away on the scene. A lot of emotions came to me. Like, I was in this dark place I had never been before, and I was just wondering, like, will I ever escape these feelings? Will I ever rebound out of this? Is it possible? There was a lot of doubt in my head, like thoughts of suicide, like just like a self-destruction. You know, hey, but one thing I never did was question God. Like, I'm very faithful. Um, I cried a lot, you know, and during those moments is when things that happened that I would never forget for the rest of my life. Like, I gave so many years to some people that you know, really were ungrateful for the things that I did. Really, like, when you have a friendship, it should be like both ways. But so I'm expecting like who's gonna. I remember thinking, like, who's gonna help me? Like, who's gonna be there, like, to help me get through this? And you know what? It's crazy. It's crazy because, like, nobody was there. Like, there was very few people there. Very few people. Like like I mean, very few people. Um my homegirl Ali, from my neighborhood, Allison, um this special girl in my life. She's so special. Carla, my sister's best friend. She's like my sister's only friend. Um, you know, my sister, my brother-in-law. There was the homegirl Chandra. There was the homie Adrian from Centro. What's up, Adrian? Everybody, like his girl Claudia. Claudia was there. The homie Casper from my name. Very few people showed up straight up, and that's like everything I've done, all the work I've put in, 3 prison terms, like 22 years of my life. I expected that shit to at least to show up for me, and none of that shit happened. Like, it was very, whether their excuse was that they were on drugs or whatever the excuse was, you know. So I was in a very dark spot. I you know, I'm a runner. You know, I'm a runner. Every time some shit goes down, I'm just running. I'm going. So you know, I was in a vulnerable state. I let my guard down. I had just got out of prison. Dealing with my daughter's death, and I relapsed. I started going to drugs. I started on this fentanyl stuff. You know, I really fell into depression. It was just crazy because at that time I didn't know how to deal with any of this. I didn't know how to deal with those emotions. I didn't know how to deal with this hate, these resentments that I had. I didn't know how to deal with this anger that I had towards the mother of my daughter. Like, I never fell out of love with her. I was always so much in love with her. She was so beautiful, and she was just very special girl. But there was accusations about her being, her being under the influence, things like that. So it ended up being not true after the toxology reports came. The county over there, where my daughter got hit, it was a bad stretch. It was a bad area. That I think there was like 7 accidents. One of them was a family of 6. All of them died. So the Washington State, they haven't fixed that area, so it's a bad area. So I'm dealing with all this stuff. My daughter passes away June 23rd, and it's just a snowball effect. Not even a month later, I remember my dad hit me up. My dad, he was in recovery he almost had, I think, 17 years clean. My dad, he ended up going back to drugs when we grew up and stuff, but he had his own stuff, like we grew up, he did his part when we were there. Yeah. I grew up in recovery with him. I seen him take 5, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, went on camping trips, went on like fun, like just outings, different conventions, from Monterey to San Diego, LA, went to conventions, did a lot of stuff. Like I grew up in recovery. My dad ends up, I remember I wouldn't answer nobody's calls. Like I wouldn't answer anybody's calls. Very few people I was responding to. Very few people even actually the ones that I wanted to show up didn't show up. And the people that did show up, I'll never forget that. So that helped me right there change my lifestyle though. My dad was calling me. I wasn't answering. He just pops up one day, and I had this little back house, and like, I remember I had somebody there chilling with me as a female, and I'm going through this stuff, so I kind of like had like a little rebound, and my dad comes through, and that was the last time I see my dad. Like he told me, I don't know, he told me like that's not supposed to happen, like your kids, you're supposed to live longer than your kids, like he said he didn't really understand it, there's no real words he can give to me, no advice. He's not experienced in that, but he told me he loved me and everything, and he kind of thought that I was gonna do something else. Like I kicked the female out. I waited years to see my dad. Like I kicked her out. I kicked her out, and I made a big old dinner. Like it was a cool ass time. Made a big old dinner, and he's like on his own thing. I'm on my thing, but like I'm because I could cook. Your boy can cook straight up. So I made like a sick ass dinner and like fed him, and he crashed out. So he crashed out. So I'm like, I'm gonna chill him. But so I crashed out. And I woke up, and my dad was gone. And I remember his messages were like, "Hey, I had to leave, this and that. Like, thank you." He's like, he had a blast. That was the last time I chilled with my dad. Like, my daughter passed away June 23rd, not even a month later. Like, it's crazy because as soon as things would start to feel like it's getting better, like as soon as shit, like that's why I'm kind of scared. Like now, like every time something gets better, like I'm like, damn, like what's gonna happen? Like, watch out. I'm like, so like my dad passed away not even a month later, July 21st. My dad passes away not even a month after my daughter, and that was a hard one. Like I remember I was finally having one good day all day with my sister, and the day was just too good, and we're chilling, and then we get a call, and she's like, "It's my dad. We got to go to Arizona. Like he's not gonna make it, So I was so numb at that point. I was still using, even though my sister was like, so like my sister, they're legit. They don't have like, they knew what I was doing, but it wasn't in front of them. And pretty much I had every excuse, why they couldn't tell me shit, which was fucked up on my behalf. But they love me, and I'm sure I would do the same thing if I was dealing with a sibling going through something like that. Like, damn, we can't tell them shit. So I remember when we go to Arizona, I hadn't spoken with my brother. He was my rollie, and I didn't speak with my brother in almost 11 years. I think it was like a little bit over 10 years. And so I seen my brother. I hadn't seen my uncle. I hadn't seen none of my family in years. I had just paroled, and all this stuff is happening. And so I remember my dad. He had triple bypass surgery, and when I was busted, and he survived that. I felt like he survived so much just to see me that one time because it was such a magical moment. That last time I seen my pops, like. So I remember my brother and sister, like I hadn't seen my brother in a lot of years. I seen my cousins and I seen everybody, and we're in the hospital, and then they start talking about like, well, it's my brother and my sister and me, and they start telling us, you guys need to do this, you guys need to do that, you need to do this, and I remember I told my brother and sister, like I was so like lost in the daze, like I remember I told my brother and sister, hey, look, I just did all this shit with my daughter. Like, can I just get a pass? Can you guys just handle everything? Like, I don't want to have to deal with none of this shit. Like, I just did all this shit. I can't do all this shit. And they were like, you know what? Yeah, like we got you. Like, don't trip. Do what you're gonna do. I'm like, all right. So I was there for that little moment, but um I wasn't really there. I was under the influence. I was still going through just grief every day, every single day, dealing with grief. Like I still deal with grief, but it's a little better now. Like with it's not like I got over it. You get through it. You got to go through that shit straight up. So that happened, and I ended up going to a program because I knew what that was gonna lead to. All my homies left me hanging. People people from my county showed more love than my own neighborhood, and it was like it really opened my eyes to that. Like, you know what? Fuck these fools straight up. Like, I don't need that shit. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, I know people are watching me. What am I gonna do? So I'm like, okay, like I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit them with success. I would always say for a long time, like the way to get back anybody is success. Like if I would desire so much for homies to be succeeding, and I remember I would tell homies when they would succeed, like, man, it feels good to see like a good homie doing the right shit, like feel like doing good. One person that it really inspired me was my homegirl Carly. I love her so much. She means a lot more to me than she probably thinks. I know she got a lot going on, but she really inspired me. Chandra, she really inspired me. The homegirl Smurf, I remember that was a long time ago. She inspired me. Like, it feels good to see homies doing good. So that happened, and I ended up telling my sister, like, I'm going to a program, I'm gonna get my life together, this and that. This is back in that was July. It's starting like July, like not that long after July. Like, by the time I went to check into parole, they're like, okay, I started doing fentanyl. Like, I went out 2 times on fentanyl, just completely out. I got Narcan twice. And the first time I'm like, okay, like I want to die, this and that. Like, fuck all this shit. I lost, my baby mama the whole time's in a coma, and she's in coma. She's fucked up. They didn't know if she's gonna make it, but she was surviving. So they're like, okay, like she's gonna make it. She's gonna make it. Just hold on. And so I started doing the fentanyl. By the time I went to go check in with my parole, he gave me one pass for June, July for my daughter, then he gave me August for my dad. So it was September when I went to go check in, and I went in there, and he's like, first thing he said, like, I'm gonna need you to test. I was working. I was still working. I still had the back house with my sister, but it's like I was fucking up, So it's like I go to the parole, and it's like he's like, first thing he said, hey, I need you piss test. Like, what's like, can you piss? I'm like, yeah. And I was like, nah, like I need to talk to you. I ended up telling him straight up, like, I'm dirty. Like, he's like, for what? I told him for everything. He's like what? I told him like everything. Like, so, well, what you dirty for? Like, what? I said everything. He said fentanyl. I said everything. And so he's like, you know what? He's like, what do you need? I told him I need help straight in. He's like, all right, I got you. So He had me sign some papers. That was in September, so I waited for September, October. I waited about a month and a half. It was the longest month and a half of my life. Like I was like, fuck everybody. My sister, I kind of know, like, they probably didn't believe me, like, what I was doing. They're like, well, when you gonna go? I'm like, this is not the parole's waiting. I'm waiting for parole bed up there. Da, da, da. And it was like, I'm still doing my bullshit. I remember one night, like, I go to work. My homie Walter, shout out to Walter, motherfucker. Oh shit. Walter's he's my boss in the valley. Like, I worked with him years ago. I worked with him when I got out of prison after everything happened. Good dude. Shout out to Walt. And I come home and some shit happened where, like, I come home, I'd come home, get ready, and I leave to the spot, get my whatever I'm gonna get, and it was like down the street in the hood. And so, like, I remember I'm coming back that night. I'm coming back and I'm like, I'm in my mid-30s. I'm like, I'm walking, I see a car pass by. I'm like, phew, like, something about the car like got my attention. Anyways, long story short, like, some little kids came through and whooped out on your boy, like whooped out, like, whoa, whoa, you know where you're from? I'm like, and I remember looking at these little kids and I'm like, they had like no facial hair, like nothing. It was just like a hard ass moment, and I'm like, man, fuck that shit. So, like, you know where you're at? Like, yeah, I know where I'm at, fool. Like, what's up? That day I remember I was like, man, if they just, like, these kids don't know, like I wish they, you know, you can do me the favor. Do me the favor. So they're little kids. I don't know if they, maybe because I didn't say neighborhood, whatever, they kind of just kept, but like, remember when they left, I was like, man, fuck this shit. These little kids, like, man, dealing with that bullshit, dealing with everything on top, like, I told, man, I need to get out my parole, tell them when they're gonna send me. Finally, one day, I don't know what happened, like, I ended up getting sent into the program. Let me see what's it on. Okay, I don't want to take forever, but I go to this program. It's an awesome program. I'm getting my life together, right? I got there October 7th, right? I got there.
Chucky, speak all you want. Let it out. You speak all you want. Don't worry how long you speak. Let it out. You know, Primo, you got this. Come on. I'm enjoying the story.
I'm almost done. No, I just got
my kids are even paying attention. Okay, that's a
what
weird
happened.
Thing. My kids are even paying attention. That's a weird thing, but it's a good thing at the same time.
Okay, so I go to this program, right? I'm trying to I'm gonna make power moves now, right? So I go to this program. Is like the Hilton of programs. If you know about programs in San Diego, I went to this program. It's called Amity program, and there's this Amity program. It's where I got the game from. It's you can go to the program and do, like, it depends what you put into it. And I went right there looking for answers. I was looking for the medicine that can help me out to get this shit right. I really put the legwork in. I really paid attention in groups. I did 3 workshops. I really worked on myself. Like, I seen people that had game, and I did one-on-ones with them. I asked questions, and like, from the questions I would ask, they'll be like, man, like, the questions you ask, I could tell, like, you're looking for these answers. Like, I wasn't just in a program, like, woo, like, shout out to the Amity squad, like Amity, Manny, Beverly, Rhonda, Glenn, Mr. Mosley, all them in Amity. Like, it's in Vista, California. Like, it's the Hilton of programs. It is. It costs a lot of money to get there. It costs a lot of money. It's a big, like a compound. It's a ranch. They have a lot of things, that you can work on yourself if you're looking for it, if you're really trying to change. And right there's where I got the game from. They provided me with the tools that I use every day to just in this new direction in life, really to live up to a better standard than before. I used to be like an ambassador for hate. I really got in touch with my spiritual side right there. I got friends right there that I can who will be there for me. Friends that I can call anytime. Friends that understand me. They know me. Like, I really opened up with these people. Like, that's where the medicine's at. Is opening up and making yourself vulnerable. Where, You can talk about that stuff. Like that's why I did this. That's why I did this live for my cousin. You know, this kind of stuff, it could only heal me. It could only heal me more. It could only, like I said, I don't talk about this a lot, but this kind of stuff is very therapeutic. It's very good. If anybody is like bottled up about anything, I suggest that you do let that shit out to somebody. It don't even matter if you just write it down. With it, it's very therapeutic to do this kind of stuff. So right there, I was given the tools. I planted a tree for my daughter. When I'm in Amity, I got there October 7th. My baby mama got out of coma November. She gets out of coma November. She loses the majority of her memory. She don't remember her sisters. She kind of does. She don't remember one of her sisters. Uh, she don't remember a lot. She's very slow. She had a TBI, traumatic brain injury. They you know, she had stitches all over. Like her legs were bending from being in coma from not using her legs and getting. She got hit by they got hit by a diesel truck. You know, they got hit by a diesel truck, and she survived it. So she gets out of coma. I remember thinking, I remember telling her, I remember making a decision like, okay, like I'm getting at that point, I let her be known, like I let her know, like, you're my girl, that's it. Like you, like I never fell out of love with her. I was always so deeply in love with her. And that never changed. Like she knew that, I knew that. She still loved me. She would repeat a lot of things, so I would talk to her, and I told her family, I told her, like, look, she had 1 year of therapy. 1 year of therapy is very critical to what you're gonna learn, and what functions you're gonna get back in your body. You know, it's a hold on. Okay, it's very important of what you're gonna do. Hey, prima, hold on. Okay, so she gets out of.
I think somebody's calling him. That's why he's coming in and out. I think
Hold
somebody's
on.
calling him. They're calling you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I
Hey,
know it stops. Hmm.
it stopped.
Yeah, you could put do not disturb and it stops calling the calls and the messages.
Okay, but can you have another phone there? Never mind. I'll just wait. I'll just
Okay,
wait.
if you
Hey,
need a
bro, can
call,
I use the phone real quick? Where's homeboy at? Is he there?
unless you want to come back, it's fine. If you need to make a phone call, come
No,
back.
it's okay.
Okay, you
No, it's
sure?
okay.
Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
So, you know what? Hold on. It might. Okay. So, hold on. Give me 2 minutes. Okay. Okay.
He'll be back right now. I guess he was getting a phone call, but that's my cousin, guys, and I'm telling you, his story is very, very touching. I used to, I used to see him. My tia always telling him, "Stop, cabrón. You know, you gotta do this, you gotta do that." He wouldn't listen. Trust me, he would not listen. And my tias were like, "One of these days, you're gonna see. You're gonna have your own kids, and you're gonna go through the same thing I went through." And I'm like, "Yep, we all have that. It's crazy." But yeah, life has hit him hard. No lie. It's on like really like I don't know how to explain it. It's very overwhelming what somebody can go through in less than what he got out. You know what I mean? He was at the fire camp in prison. He was over there. Yeah, it's crazy. When I met his girl when they came back, that girl did time for him and stuff like that. That was his Bonnie. Bonnie and Clyde got none on them too. I swear to God, it's crazy. It's crazy. And one time they come to my house. She was about to have the baby. She was all scared. She's like, "What I do? What I do? What I do?" I was like, "Oh my God, that was crazy." Oh, he's back. Hold on.
Estudio. How'd you learn this shit?
Trust me, we all learn as we go. We don't know everything. I barely learned how to make overlays and put your music. Boy, you know this is a headache for me sometimes. That I'm like, I call my 9-year-old. Hey, how do you do this? He goes, oh, like this, mom, like this, and like that. Okay, he knows more than me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna learn soon? How to put ours, like cut our picture head, like just a head, and put it in other people's bodies. I'm learning how to do that, just to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead, keep going.
Oh, this is funny.
Hey,
Hey, okay, you ready?
yeah, go ahead. This is first in Zoom though, okay? If I
I'm
mess you
sorry
up, let
about that. I had to do that. I had to.
no worries, no worries.
Hey, so I go to this program, okay? It's a little break. Okay, so I go to this program, right? In that program is where I learned everything. You know how to live the right way. So I planted a tree for my daughter. My girl gets out. My girl gets out of coma. When she got out of coma, and I dedicated my life to taking care of her. I told her that, I told her family. I spoke with her family. I'll be there for her. I'll take care of her. So she just had 1 year of therapy. Whatever she had to learn, she was a little slow, but I was still so very much in love with her. At first, she would hallucinate that my daughter was still there around. She would, you know, she would give the nurses a hard time. She was very funny. One thing that kept me around that girl, she was very funny, like straight up. She's the funniest girl I had ever been around. And so I would talk to her every day. I ended up getting out that program. She would tell me like you're an inspiration to people. Like she would give me pointers, like she's trying to tell me what to do, how to do stuff, this and that. She wasn't all there, but she would, I believe that there was still more there, but so I get out, I got a job, I go to another, a different transitional housing for, when you're on parole, you have a lot of funding. There's a lot of money that the government provides for rehabilitation. They'll provide money to lock your ass up if that's what you want to do. That shit ain't cheap neither. But if you really want help, there's like, and the people are in the system, like, there's definitely resources for you. There's like an unlimited amount of resources, straight up. Like, there's so much money. Like, there's no reason you could be on parole and be fucking up. There's no reason you should be fucking up on parole. Like, if you want help, you'll get it. So I took advantage of that. I utilized what they were providing for me. I went to another transitional housing, and I started my new life right there. I started my new life, and I got this job, and it was an all right job, but I kept wanting better. I knew I could get better. I kept looking for jobs until I really found a really good job. I stayed connected with my recovery fellowship people. I started going to church a lot when I got out of Amity. I stayed connected with Amity. I spent the holidays at Amity, those first holidays, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and I had a blast. Like, I would never think with what had happened that I would be able to enjoy life as much as I did, going through everything I was going through, having to deal with the grief. And I really found out ways to deal with that grief. I really gave it 100%. I didn't half-ass it. Like, I was looking for just a better way to live and how to do it, So I ended up getting a good job. I got a good job. I think it was February last year. I got a good job. And that's where I've been ever since. Like, that's where, uh, I haven't let go of the gas. Like, I've been going since then, and nothing's gonna stop me. Like, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Guarantee you. Like, you just gotta put your mind to it and be committed. Commit yourself to something positive and stay dedicated. Straight up. Like, I deal with grief and loss every single day. I remember thinking, like, will I ever see light again? Will I ever come out of this place? And you know what? Like, I was in a dark room and I found the door finally. And when I opened the door, there was a brighter day. Like, straight up, you got to keep searching and keep trying. Like, one thing that kept me solid was my faith. Like, my like I got this platform, and I'm spiritual, and I believe that this platform was given to me to really motivate other people. And people, if you know me, if you really know me, like from before, I think I seen Richard comment. Richard, I love you, fool. Man, he know my dad, he know my family, everything. Richard, man, you know I used to be on some bullshit. Man, I used to be on some super bullshit, but you know what? Like, it's very unfortunate. My nephew, he plays Pop Warner, and he is in the San Diego County Conference. And I remember he goes, and one of the main POs, Marino from the Valley, like, I knew Marino said that it's cool to see people when I could be present in things that are going on like that. Like, I done missed out on so many years. My nephews are grown, my nieces are grown. Like, I'm like, where did all that time? That was the longest phase ever. 22 years. Oh.
Look, see what I tell you. See, you should be a young person.
Yes.
You should, yeah, you should
And
mentor
so,
your channel. Hey. But
and
you know
so,
what? You came a long way, dude. Like, I'm so proud of you. Like, I had to show you. Hey, I don't
uh,
show my family. Like, I show my mama. That was it. But I show you more than everything. So I've been telling everybody, I gotta get him on here. I gotta get him on
that's
here.
right.
Yeah, yeah. As you notice, we're hype. We're always hype. It's not just me. It's
Yeah.
everyone's in
Thank you. I appreciate it. I really, first of all, like, thank God for letting this happen. But, like, thank you so much too. Like, I love you so
There's your
much.
homie again. There's your homie again. Look.
Richard. You know him? You know Richard?
I don't know. I have to see him. Hey, does he want to jump up? I'll give him the link. He can come up. Hold on.
I don't know if he wants to come up. Oh, that's the boy. That's the boy though. He knew my dad. Our families go back to a lot of years ago. They go back to a lot of years ago. But the way I do it, like, I gotta stay focused. Like,
There you go, Richard. Press the link, follow the link, and you could be on here. You don't have to have the camera on. Just show me it's you, and then I'll let you back on, and you'll be here with him. You'll join us. Come on.
hey, so really, like, with the, like, how do I do it? Like, sometimes I don't know how. These. It's been really rainy in California recently, and that's kind of like bummed me out. Like, I don't, I do scaffold, and you know, uh, those days are hard. Like, at night times are the worst. Nighttime, I do kind of reflect on things, but I can't lie. Like, being alone, that sucks, and I ain't tripping on that. Like a person for
Oh,
me.
he's coming. Like, your homie's coming. Hold on, let me
A
put this
person for
in. He said, "Hell yeah!" Look,
yeah,
look,
Richard. Look at.
yeah, you don't tell him twice. Look, my friend, this friend of mine right here, she lost
They're
her son in prison.
funny.
She lost her son in a prison. She wants justice for her son. So she knows how you feel about losing a child. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you. It's
Let's
crazy.
wait for Richard. Press the link, follow those instructions, and you'll be here anytime.
Oh
It's
my
like we're doing a
god.
Zoom call. Yeah, we're all gonna join. I'm waiting for him to pop up. It's not that hard. It's just the link, depending what you're using, I guess. Uh, you don't need to know your Google. Just press the link. Use the one you're using for your YouTube. It's the same thing.
It does
You
it does ask for a Google or a YouTube like
use the
account.
sign into your YouTube. It's fine. Sign into your YouTube. Go in there. Doesn't
Hey,
sound right.
it does ask for a YouTube account. Like, today, today, motherfucker got YouTube accounts and everything.
Hey, we got YouTube. We got Twitch. I got Twitch. I'm actually doing this on Twitch and on YouTube right now as we
Are
speak.
you?
I'm multitasking. But I got you. I got you.
Oh
Hey,
my
I
god.
haven't put it on Facebook though, but I'll put the link later on Facebook. I
Yeah.
put it on Instagram, on Facebook. You're gonna be everywhere today, from Snapchat to everywhere. You're everywhere right now because I promoted the thing. Everybody's, I haven't
That's
seen him in
right.
a while. I'm like, okay, well then go over there and you'll see him perfectly fine on live.
Yeah, I haven't been around. I haven't been around because I choose not to. Like,
Yeah, sometimes it's best that way. Hey,
I
we're the
know.
loners out of the crew. We're the loners. We stayed away from everybody. And we're gonna start singing lonely days and lonely nights. But hey, it's better sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Hey,
really
because
appreciate you doing this. It's been a lot of fun. I had a super long
hey,
day.
you should be my co-host. Fuck it, let's do
Hey,
this. They
my,
say I don't have a panel. Let's build one. Okay, eres de
uh,
Metro. Where are you logging on from? Your computer, your phone? Just if it says YouTube, press the YouTube one, and it should get you to your. Or just put forget, and then it should give you a password to your phone. Am I making it complicated? Let's do this on my computer. Let's try this. Let me see. I don't know. Let's see. Oh my god, how we do it? Do you have an iPhone? Do you have an iPhone? Oh, FaceTime. Let's see.
yeah.
Let me know. Let me know. Just log into your YouTube. I'll let you. I hope it does. I'm praying and I'm home. But when you log in, it tells you your YouTube, no? If you press the link, it goes there. No? How we do this? How we do this? Do you need me to go on another platform or go on another platform? Can I do another platform? Let's see. Ooh, we're gonna do another platform. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, I could add another platform. Yay! What works? What works for him? Hold on. Oh, I could do Facebook. Let's do fudge it. Let's do Facebook. Okay, we're gonna do a
Yeah.
Facebook too, so you can connect. Okay, well, I'm connected to Facebook. I don't even remember my password, but okay, I'll connect to Facebook. Oh, I think it's here. Ooh, let's see if it works. If it don't work, I'm here. Let's see. Give me my
That's
Facebook.
funny. That's funny.
I know. You know me. Let's see.
Hey, it's 9:30. It's almost 9:30. I gotta go to bed. I gotta wake up at 4:30.
Your mother, you have another
Thank
day to
you.
come. Hey,
Thank
he
you
has to
so
come.
much.
Hey, I'm grateful you came. Whenever you want to come up again, let me know. It's like woo
We'll
woo.
do we'll do an update. Some let's do like a summer update. Let some time go by. You know what I mean? And I love it. Hey, I got something for you. I haven't been able to send it to you though.
Trying to do like a portrait, but my son moved me, so I have to start all over again.
Yeah. Keep drawing.
Thank
Keep
you.
keep drawing. I got a book for you. I
Do they have your
do.
drawings? I know you get down too. Don't tell me you don't, because I know
I
everyone
get
sends down.
down. I get down. Yeah. I can do portrait.
He's a very talented person. He raps, he draws, he does. He's very talented. I got a lot of things to say about that.
I love you so much. Okay.
I too. Take care and
Okay.
hey, Richard, he leaving. You're bye. Yeah,
Bye.
he said it bumped him out.
Okay. Bye.
All right, have a good one.
All right.
Bye. And everybody, that was my cousin. He's pretty cool. Hey, now you know it's not just me. He's also hyped. Yeah, we're really like laughing. Yeah, we're hyperactive. ADHD does that to you. ADHD. It's a really cool seeing them. You know what I mean? Every time we see each other, we're hyped. It's crazy. Who in the hell is Billy John? Thank you, MB, for letting me know how to do that. Shout out to MB. He showed me how to do a lot of overlays. See, I got a lot of overlays now. It's crazy. Well, this is his daughter, and this is I'm gonna show you. He can rap. Watch.
Clap, clap. Sweet baby, would you ever be mine? Sweet baby, until the end of time. She crazy, RP forever like baby doll from that Toker Gang Southside. You made me go harder than a boy ever tried. Up in heaven with my daughter got me teary-eyed. Pain in my heart, I'm laughing at these hard times. Pain in my heart, pumping hate and bloodline. This shit hurts, I'm smiling for the good times. This shit hurts, Maria could gone, but I was all mine. Sweet baby, beautiful, pretty eyes.
He did that for her funeral. That was crazy. That was his daughter and his wife. Well, not his wife, his girlfriend. Oh, well, she was almost a wife, but you know what I mean. She was funny as hell though. She's cool. It's crazy how shit happens to people. I guess it depends how people are. The way things happen when they try to do good or they try to change is crazy. It's too crazy. And you know that when I was kicking it with his mom, which is my aunt, I didn't know I was related to her. Until my mom seen her, she goes, "Hey, aren't your daughter to you?" And we're like, "Who?" And then she goes, "Yeah, that's my mom." We're like, "Oh hell." I take it as you're my tia. And she goes, "I guess so." I don't know where. Yeah. That's how I found out she was my aunt. But I knew them before that, so it was trippy out that way when I found out. So when we went to go do like stuff together, we're like, yeah, it feels kind of awkward. Now you're my aunt, so it's like partners in crime can't be none. You know what I mean? It was crazy. It is just crazy. She was pretty cool though, and I met her through this program that they help you look for work and stuff like that. So yeah, it was crazy. And then I told her, oh, now I know where I get it from. I ran to my family all happy and dandy. Thank you for showing up, Richard. He might come back though. Part two status probably. Maybe you could actually get on here and come talk to him. It's like a Zoom call kind of. But yeah. Anybody else wants to come up? The link's on there if you guys want to come up. Oh, I know. Me and him had a lot of like, how can I say, a lot of similarities. Like we try to change and it looked like instead of having help, it's like getting more drugged in instead of drugged out. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. It's just yeah, and people still say that they won't change and blah blah blah. But look at me, they tell me all the time, "Oh, you're not gonna change if you don't." It's like, as long as I know I'm good, I'm good. People can talk all they want. They can say all they can bring my past all the time. I really don't give a damn because I don't gotta prove myself to nobody that I know of. And if my kids got questions, I got answers. I got a full book open to like I don't care. You know what I mean? It is that. The only people I gotta explain myself to is to them. Literally. That's what I think. I don't know what y'all think, but yeah. And my kids are happy. I'm happy. I don't give a damn. Yeah, sometimes they take me to some extremes, but it is what it is. That's what a parent is for, or means. I guess I don't know. A lot of people judge me for the way I raise the kids. I guess they say I'm too much their friend than their mom. Yeah, but they're happy enough. As long as they're happy, I don't give a damn. They actually can be confident to tell me something, not like some other people that I know that they, oh, why didn't they tell me? Probably because you tell them that if they do some things, okay, like grounded or something, I don't know. You don't let them speak sometimes, I don't know. It's crazy. Yeah, some of my kids are crazy. I'm watching you guys and I'm watching one of them dancing next to me. But yeah, all I see is her hair go. Pew, pew. So yeah, let's do a drawing. You guys want me to draw now? Or you guys want to shut it down or whatever? It's been an hour. I really, yeah, I'm still stuck on what to do right now. But yeah, should I finish the devil I was doing the other day? Hold on, let me show you.
Or
Let me put my music on and I'll be right back. Some dude named Billy John pops up, but I don't know who it is. I'm trying to figure out who that is, so I just stop. And then I do the overlay and he leaves, so I don't understand what to do. So yeah, that sure tells me he's no good. Fortune. I'm just seeing you in here. I'm gonna get off, you guys. I'll be back, I guess, later or tomorrow, but I'll be back because the kids are gonna go to sleep. I gotta put them down. How do you guys see this? You guys like it? As opposed to my angel, devil angel. What do y'all think? They go together. Let me think. Let me see. Let me know what you think before I get off. I'm getting off because the kids were fighting, but I'll see you guys later soon, and hope you guys like today's interview and the drawings today. I gotta finish this one, and I gotta finish the dog I was doing also. I haven't finished it yet. Let me show you. I gotta finish this one. I'll be finishing it soon. It's a dog that was rescued by Marie. I gotta add another one right here. It's because she gave me 2 pictures, so I gotta add on the other one. So I'll be back to finish these soon. Today or tomorrow probably. See you guys soon. Bye.